Okay, cool. So welcome everybody. This is not the way it's supposed to go, but we're giving it a shot and we're gonna enjoy this.
Wait,
And
I think that's the theme of the conversation.
it really
This
is.
is not the way it was supposed to go.
Yeah, but you're totally right with that, Amy. I'm like, okay. So hi, I'm Nikki. This is Amy. We are both health coaches. And we met what in 2020, I
Oh
think.
my gosh.
I think. Because we were both in IIN.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I guess we just love to connect and hang out with people and like well, we love to hang out with each other, but we don't get to do it ever in person, right?
We're making do.
Yeah, right. But whenever we do get on the phone or a chat or something like that, we just like we should be totally sharing everything that we think and say with others. And yes, we go a little rogue sometimes, but we totally have fun. So it's worth it and it's worth a listen. So even if you can listen for 5, 10 minutes, we're just gonna pretty much riff on like life and hopefully you learn something out of it. Do you have anything you want to add to that, Amy?
No, I mean, everything that you just said, obviously. But I think it's just nice to kind of talk about whatever's going on and just help people understand that, like, yeah, we went to IN, we went to, health coaching school. You're a nurse. I'm a personal trainer. We're both still learning as we go. So I think that there's this like misconception out there. First of all, there's a misconception that people know things that they don't know. Second of all, there's a misconception that the people that do know things know all the things. And so I feel like everybody's just kind of stuck in this weird limbo space. And the space that I like to be a part of is kind of the space that you and I always embody when we talk, which is like, we're right in it, dude. Like, we're right in it. So we are learning as we go. I mean, yeah, we had the advantage of schooling and we had the advantage of some more, background information, but this is just you and I living life and trying to, you know, help people understand like we're all on the same journey and sometimes that journey is a shit show. Do we turn the thing off? Did we censor my mouth? We should censor my mouth.
No, not at all. I love every second of it.
They should censor me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes it just is a soup sandwich, and we're just trying to keep all of the things on the plate.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Soup sandwich is absolutely accurate. So, I love that so much. Yeah. So, it's interesting. Like you have the work that you do, I have the work that I do, and yet we still sometimes just always come back together. And you're right, we're living it every step of the way. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Um,
mean, just in order to get on live with you, both of us were like, well, I didn't do my hair. And I'm like, let me clean the costumes that my kids just played with. Like, why was Halloween costumes yesterday's event in this room? They were just everywhere. And I'm like, I have to clean that up before I even go live with Nikki, just so that people can pretend that I know what I'm talking about.
oh, stop. No, it doesn't matter what things look like. It's what we say and how we make people feel. That's totally, oh my God, that's so funny. All right. So, I don't know. Where do you want to start? Like, do you have anything super that you want to riff on right from the start, or do we just want to break some simple stuff down? What are you thinking today?
I mean, I think top down, just helping women understand that you're not broken.
Right. I hate that
You're not,
expression though.
what's that?
I hate that expression so
I
much.
know, I know. And that's just like everybody just starts to feel like because of what's coming in from the outside world that like they're just not enough. They're not good enough. They're not doing enough. They're not, whatever enough. Like somehow, some way we went from like, I can do it to I can do it all. And I feel like that's just like, I don't know. And not that I sit here like a lazy ass doing nothing, definitely not the case. This is like I want to do everything and I want to make everything better, every person better. I want to make everything, all the things better. But I feel like women are just in a place right now where we're just spinning wheels and we're looking for any purchase that we can grab, any real estate that we can grab to be like, oh my gosh, okay, if I hold on to this thing, I can finally change something. And I think, the kind of space that we can maybe create here for people is like, let's figure out what is the thing that is affecting most women out there at its most basic level. And what are the things that you and I know that can be minor tweaks with major impact so women can just plug some of the holes.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I love that so much. And I felt that. So, like, personally for me, like, yesterday was a very, very long 12-hour shift, nursing shift. And it's not just a 12-hour day for me, it's a 14 plus hour day. So, and that's just one day. And I can't imagine, how all these other women are doing it in addition to taking care of kids, house, animals, all that other stuff. But it's like taking that pause and knowing like when it's okay to rest. Like
Yeah,
I actually literally had to sit down this morning and be like, okay, I know I need to wash the windows. I know I've got a graduation party coming in June, but my mind is already spinning on well, when should I start my spring cleaning? And when am I going to get my exercise in? And did I get enough protein with breakfast? And it's just like, okay, so like I live this. I can't imagine how somebody who doesn't have the education like
sure.
gets through the day. So yeah.
100%. It's so funny because, you text me like, hey, do we have time to talk? And I was like, sure, let's do the things. And then like, again, you sure you don't want to censor me? Before we got on the call, I was like, dang, dude, I can do this. Like, this is a great day. I slept well. I avoided alcohol last night, which on a sunny Thursday, when both my husband and I are done work at noon, is a freaking challenge. And like, I won. So I feel like a bomb because of that. And then I slept great because of it. And then I woke up, got the kids off to school. I went straight from the bus stop for a walk. I came home. I had breakfast. I took a lovely poop. I am now drinking my coffee. Like, I am winning at life this morning. So when you
Yes.
were like, do you want to talk? I was like, hot damn, today is the day. Like,
Oh my God, I love all of that. Oh my God.
but like, none of that happened in a vacuum. Like none of that was accidental. It was choices that I made. And to your point, like I had to look out ahead and be like, what is coming at me fast and what can I get out of the way and how can I be prepared for it? And like my breakfast was delicious because 90% of it was already made.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way I'm getting that good nutritional breakfast in. Like we just we're in like a planning phase. We're in a phase where we have to be like, I'm that girl, dude. I write a list and sometimes I'll write like make coffee on it just so I can check something off. Like I like that little endorphin hit there. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of day I'm having. I have a whole list of things like you just said,
Yeah.
but right now, winning.
Yeah. Yeah, no, dude, you had a really good morning. Like I think that is epic. Like I am envious of it. Mine didn't go that well. I got up, I had my lemon water because I can't do coffee anymore with where my nervous system has been.
Ah,
I know that was the thing. So, but like I got up, got some sunlight in my eyes. I had my lemon water, so I've had a good portion. I can't believe I already had 40 ounces of water this morning, and I feel
nice.
amazing.
It's
Bowels
amazing.
are good. I actually feel a little bit of sweating going on right now, which is absolutely huge for me. I sweat at work yesterday. And if people don't know, like my backstory is like my nervous system like shut down like 2 years ago. And like I don't even know if it's just nervous system, but it was like blocks. Like I just stopped sweating. I could wear a hoodie and lift and just stop sweating. So now that like things are moving and there's no more constipation, no more not sweating, like things are I feel like amazing. So,
So
and I will tell
explain.
you I will tell you this morning, like I didn't sleep well last night and I was cheering you on when you said you didn't drink last night because I didn't either. Matt had a beer when I got home. And I chose to have a little bit of peanut butter and some dairy-free chocolate chips, which is probably the same amount of calories, but I didn't come home and have a big meal late at night like I usually would because he likes to have dinner with me. He likes to wait, and I don't like eating at 8 o'clock at night. So
It's
it's like
hard.
it is so hard. So I actually was able to work with my schedule yesterday and eat before leaving work. It was a reasonable hour, so I just had a little protein snack when I got home and I didn't have that itch to have that drink. So and I appreciate that you said that because like we're all struggling with like when should we drink? How much should we drink? And like if we could give any tips on that like today, not that I want to like encourage drinking, but if you're gonna drink, like what are some like because it is Friday, so hey, happy Friday. So like if you were to drink today, like would you give any pointers? And then I
Yeah,
would just
100%.
like go off of
Yeah,
that.
again, I will say, and this is just where my weekend is at. This is also me intentionally trying to make some different choices, but like I have already committed to not drinking alcohol tonight. I'm going down to meet up with some friends. I'm super pumped about it. And I just want to wake up tomorrow morning with them and feel ready for a day of day drinking, honestly, a day of fun with them.
Yeah.
But just like being able to be present in that and not wake up feeling depleted. But that said, there are a couple things, boxes that I like to check if I am going to include alcohol in my day. In my
Yeah.
night, I'm not like drinking all day every day, guys. I'm gonna include alcohol in my night. Um, I will be mindful of my carb situation just because I know that obviously carbs on carbs is going to be a problem for my sleep. It's going to make my sleep even worse.
Right.
I will also try to separate my alcohol from food. So I hate to like, mom always said, don't drink on an empty stomach. And like, I hear you, except if you're pairing your alcohol with your food, the nutritional value of your meal is lost. And I put a lot of effort into making sure my meals are nutritionally dense.
Yeah.
So if I'm pairing alcohol with that food, my body is going to try to detox the alcohol before it's going to be able to absorb any nutrients from my meal.
Yeah.
So that's a big bummer. So I actually, and again, y'all, none of this is me encouraging you to be like, go out and get drunk on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
That's
No.
not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is if you've had that drink like while you're making dinner, you're going to get a little bit more of the benefit, if you call it that, of that alcohol buzz. And you're also not going to be putting your liver through that competing agenda of detoxing as well as absorbing nutrients at the same time. So those are, definitely things that I try to do. And then apple cider vinegar before bed, just to get my body out of that fat storage mode, just to balance that pH a little bit in my stomach again, is something that I try to do. And, don't go raw dogging some alcohol like straight to your beautiful enamel of your teeth. Mix it with some water, drink it with a straw, be
Yeah.
gentle on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those are like sort of my go-to alcohol things.
Yeah, so, if I could spin off of that. So there's a few things that um I will be the first to admit that if I do have a drink, like it totally fucks up my sleep. And sorry for the language, but like
100%.
I literally have to make sure like I am well rested, that like I have eaten good. I have to make sure I've had, half of my weight in water. And it's just like making sure, like the thing that you said about the meals is absolutely like you really will, you challenge your liver because it takes
Yeah.
priority. So it's just like, wow, that was awesome. I didn't know about the apple cider vinegar before going to bed. I would think that like that would increase digestion because I always thought you're supposed to do that before you have a meal. Like it's like doing bitters or something like that to help your food digest. So that
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
fun fact. So that's
Dual
cool.
purpose. So if you're gonna have a carb heavy meal, you can have that apple cider vinegar before that meal. And
Yeah.
it's to your point, it's gonna start that digestion early. But
Yeah.
if you have it at night, it'll just help kick your body out after you've already had all those carbs. It's still gonna help kick your body out of that fat storage mode, which is beneficial.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to your point, when you were talking about like, I'm gonna have to make sure I'm well rested, like do all the things.
Hmm.
That's another reason why I am intentionally eliminating alcohol tonight is because depending on the day, depending on my, stress mode, I actually feel great today. I'd probably be okay. But I notice a lot more AM anxiety when I drink the night before.
Yeah.
And that's just not a headspace I want to be in tomorrow. So that is one of the, that's just like a mindful choice for me to be like, okay, I either have to make sure, like, not that my to-do list is ever going to be completely empty. I mean, let's be real,
No.
but I have to make sure like there's not a heavy mental load. Otherwise, as much fun as the alcohol can be, it just takes so much out of us and it messes with our chemical balance so badly that in the morning, when we're already, a little out of sync because of hormones and things like that, the depleted sleep, throw in the alcohol, the anxiety is just like, it's just too much.
Yeah.
It's not even freaking worth it. And I
Yeah.
know I'm not alone in that because my girlfriends and I talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
But it's like, just kind of making those choices. This is so funny. It's freaking 10:20 in the morning, and the whole start of our conversation has been about alcohol.
Sorry. Yeah, but you know what? That's how we are. Like we are real about this kind of stuff and like it's Friday and like it's the things that we're talking about, looking forward to. And it's just like it was an
Yes.
opportunity. So, but
Yeah.
you're absolutely
Totally
right.
true.
Like there was
Totally
actually a
true.
lot more value into all of that because there's also things that we were talking about like with the water and the protein and that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. So,
Wait,
yeah.
so you said something about sweating. What was the root cause of like the not sweating?
Oh, I had gallbladder issues. So
No
my
way.
bile, like I kept having right upper quad pain. So like my liver and my gallbladder were just like sludged. They were slammed to all the toxins and everything that were like floating around, all the
No
stress from
way.
probably working COVID. Like it just yeah, and it was I've been using the castor oil packs. I've been trying to use red light therapy. But just a quick shift in, adding in some olive oil in the right places, adding in a supplement, just to help get that right quad pain moving and getting that bile flow. Like
What
once
was that pain?
what's that?
What was that pain?
It was probably gallbladder. It was the
No, but
gallbladder
I mean, like,
sludge,
describe
stones.
the pain.
Oh, it was I can't see my delay, so I can't see if you can see because
I
I'm
can see you. You're very real time.
So it was right under my right breast. If I could put my hand underneath my right breast under my rib, it was tucked right underneath that right rib. So your liver hangs out right there, but your gallbladder is right there with it. So some people get right quad pain there, and then they also it radiates to their left shoulder. So
Hmm.
mine didn't get so bad that it was radiating to my shoulder, but I've had this ongoing pain for 2+ years, and it wasn't enough to go to the doctor and like make a big scene. I've always mentioned it, but it wasn't enough to like do ultrasounds and that kind of stuff. So I've just been managing it, trying to do my natural stuff. And then I did some more research and I just did this genealogy program. So have you ever done like a 23andMe?
No, I can commit all the crimes. No DNA, I'm fine.
Okay. Well, it's interesting. A lot of people like, oh my God, I love you so much for that. Um, So some people like are totally like with you on that and they're like, just fuck it, just put somebody else's date of birth on there. So that's because they don't know. It's not like whatever. So if that's what you're worried about, you can still do it and it just
No,
won't check.
I'm not worried about it in the least.
So but anyway,
I
so
just
I
ended my crime spree just right now. I
oh,
mean,
okay,
there
good.
it goes.
Okay, good. So anyway, so I did this gene program and I was able to learn the SNPs and how like there's certain genes, and I'm not sure if you've ever heard of MTFRH or
Yep.
MTHFR and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah. I
my
won't say
gene
because I know I'm not censored, but I'll
uh
say what everybody else calls it.
yeah, oh yeah. Oh, you'll have to tell me after. But anyways, so I did some research on my genes and I don't break certain things down. So I just had to change up a few things with that, and now I'm feeling like amazing. And it was literally like, I don't know, like a light bulb switch. Like I just instantly got more energy, things started flowing, like bowels are
Amazing.
better, sweat is better, and yeah, and I was sleeping like a baby. Oh my God, the sleep is so, except for last night, but that's also because I was, stressed from work. So today
Yeah.
will be a rest day. So
I was asking about the pain because my dad has been having this strange upper quad pain, but his is like a burning. That's why I was asking about it.
morning, huh? Does he
Yeah,
have a gallbladder?
he does.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because and this is like a total derail, but it was just very interesting that you said that specifically because he's actually lost the hair on his leg in the area that starts to burn. Like it just vanished.
Wait, where is the burning?
It's in his upper quad.
Oh, quad. Oh, like legs. Quad.
Yes.
Oh,
Not
I was
upper
saying,
quadrant of his body.
oh, okay.
Like
Yeah, so because I
upper.
was like right upper, like under my ribs. Yeah.
No, so yours was like the upper quadrant of your body. Gotcha.
Yeah. I'd be curious if you lost sensation or anything else there.
Yeah. It gets to the point where like he would have rather like sat in a wheelchair than like walked around at some points.
Huh.
Yeah, it's super odd. And his doctor was like, "Meow."
Yeah. Yeah. That we might need to have a separate conversation on because my nurse brain is like spinning. So,
I know. Well, I'm so curious if you can think of anything.
yeah.
When you said quad, I just thought like the quad muscle.
No. No.
So that's the difference, I guess, between nurse speak and personal trainer speak. There you go.
Right? Yeah, right? Yeah. Well, that's why we have to put this shit together and like make the best of both worlds for everybody. So,
Seriously, for
oh,
real.
that's so funny.
But that's awesome. I mean, I'm glad that you were able to just dig into it and figure that out. And I know you went through some like mineral training and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You feel like that was
Yeah.
super helpful in connecting the dots?
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing. So, if we could, I don't know how much longer because I know you got errands to do, but Yeah, I did this HTMA program, so I can do the hair tissue and mineral analysis. So I can like send your hair off to be tested and like see what your sodium, potassium, magnesium, and there's just a whole bunch of like your toxins, like metals and that kind of thing. But it also tells you like blood sugar, your stress level, your thyroid. Like I cut my thyroid marker in half. It was 75. It's now in
Wow.
the 30s. So yeah, that was amazing. And that's probably helping like with the shift of how I've been feeling. But that's not like a fast fix. That's a slow
Sure.
and steady.
Sure.
But that's yeah, but minerals mean so much. Like I don't know, like when you're working with your patients or your clients, do you work with like increasing like morning salts and like getting extra potassium in their diets? Because from what all the research I've done, like women are totally depleted in that. Like we are not getting enough of that stuff.
Yeah, so it's funny because I did the hair mineral test through Dr. Cabral, who's like a, send it away, whatever.
Yep.
And it turns out I'm shockingly boringly normal. Um,
Oh, that's awesome for you.
But I do think it's really, really interesting, like especially the heavy metal, like those buildups and all of the different things they can cause. I think it's so interesting that I just got sucked into one of those terrible, like, come and detox if you want more information things on Facebook. But I was real curious as to what her experience was. Like I said, we're all learning. There's
Yeah.
always new places I can learn from. So I was super curious. Um, of course, I asked a question and she has not responded. So that
Oh,
sort of makes me question some integrity there, but that's okay.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so to your point, I always encourage clients when they're waking up in the morning, first thing that they should put in their body is lemon water with some pink salt and some trace minerals in it. I learned this from someone that I worked with in the past, and it's like honestly probably the what's the word I want to say? Like the
It's like a
linchpin for
yeah,
like
it's like
how I want to feel for the day. It's like that thing has to hit because it tells my brain something. It's telling my body a lot of things. It's telling my body like, lemon, let's flush some stuff out here.
yeah,
Electrolytes, we're getting some minerals from the salt, we're getting minerals from the trace minerals. We're opening up our cells. Our cells, as we get older, they get harder, they become crusty, and they don't let water in. So if you're someone who's like, oh, they said drink more water, and now I just pee every 35 seconds, it's because your body's not absorbing the water. So
right.
we need to bring the salt in there so that our body can, it'll help open up the cell walls. It'll help us hold on to some of that water so we're not just peeing it out. So that is like my like must do in the morning. If I'm going to exercise, I will throw some aminos into it just so that I have something in my system. I'll have a tiny, like, I don't know, maybe a quarter or a half of an apple or something, just so I'm not exercising fasted. That's a whole separate conversation. But I do encourage that we lose so much stuff when we're sleeping, especially as perimenopausal and menopausal women who are sweating at night. There's
Hmm.
just so much coming out of our bodies, and when you think about it, like I don't drink in the middle of the night. So we wake up, we're dehydrated, our cells are dry, our skin is dry, our bowel movements are ready, hopefully, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes they need a gentle nudge of like a nice lukewarm, even a little bit, warmer than that, lemon water to help us push all the things out of our system. So
Yeah,
I definitely do talk about those, like just that tweak in the morning instead of getting up and slamming coffee.
yeah,
Let's do something kind and gentle for the body.
yeah,
And then, I don't know if you remember this from school, but like I really thought that that adrenal cocktail thing was pretty interesting when it came to like that midday slump and
yeah,
the potassium lulls and things like that. I feel like it's such a it's such a slippery slope when we start talking about like where we might be deficient because then the next thing people do is try to sell you a supplement.
yeah,
It's like that shit's exhausting, next thing you know you're like $60 deep into some supplement, you're not even sure which elements of it are supposed to do what thing, when really like have some freaking water in the morning before your coffee and
right.
you never know what could change.
Yeah,
Or I know what could change, actually I do know.
yeah. You know, if I could just like spin off of that and just like give like an A plus morning is you're totally right. Like get up, have your lemon water with the electrolytes, you know, the good salt. Get some sunlight in your eyes because if you are like struggling with sleep, like that circadian rhythm, that
Yeah.
morning light is so, so important to people. But then, you know, one thing I would challenge just because you know, I'm coming from a stressed out state is I wouldn't, well, it depends on the person. This is why we're so different, and this is why we have so much stuff up. Like fasted exercise for an already stressed out system is just going to make you burn out faster. So like that's
100%.
why everybody is different. So in my perfect world, I would say, okay, you know, you need to have a nutritious breakfast within an hour of waking up, and you need 30 grams, at least 30 grams of protein in that before like the rest of your day goes on. So,
No
uh,
challenge there. Totally appreciate that. My situation is when I work, by the time I get into the gym in the morning, it's like 4:45.
yeah,
So I'm not getting up at 3:45 and preparing breakfast before
no,
that's not happening.
no,
So what I'm doing is I'm giving my body enough food that it recognizes that I'm not fasting.
yeah, that,
I'm giving it the aminos, which are, the building blocks for protein, so that it has something to work with. And I'm giving it some sort of carb. It's not going to be a ton, but it's usually a whole food carb and something that I know my body is going to digest quickly. So I'm putting those two things in. I'm going into the gym. I'm getting my exercise in. Right after that exercise, I am drinking my shake, which is going to be 20 grams of protein. Then, when I have a break from my workout and my two classes, I'm going to have my breakfast, which is going to be 20 to 30 grams of protein there. So my morning is loaded with fuel and protein because exercising fasted as females, as you just said, all we're going to do in that case is spike cortisol.
yeah,
And if we're spiking cortisol, and I know you know this, I guess I'm talking to anybody who might be listening. If you don't know this, our sex hormones are produced in the morning. So if we get out of bed and we spike cortisol, cortisol is that's your body's instinct to live, to not die. So when you're spiking cortisol and you're trying to get your sex hormones built up for the day, if you ramp this up, it's going to shut them right down. They're done. So you don't have the opportunity to build up the things that we need at this stage in life for both mental and physical fortitude. So I do not exercise fasted. I do not recommend that. I know there are plenty of people who are going to disagree with me, and that's okay.
yeah.
But I cannot start my day with a ramp up of cortisol because, listen, I mean, I've got two small children. I've got 87 jobs. I've got
That's so true.
I've got responsibilities and things and activities that I want to do. My day is not going to be the place where cortisol comes to die. It's going to be the place where cortisol comes to thrive if I continue to feed it. So
Right.
I am actually going to let my body wake up in a way that it knows it's supportive. It's got a foundational amount of nutrition in it to get through my exercise. And then right away, I'm putting that protein on top of it so that my muscles can repair themselves, build themselves back up. And then as soon as I have the opportunity to sit down for a full complete meal with my healthy fat, with all the things, that will happen. On days that I'm not at the gym that early in the morning, then those are the days where, yeah, I get up, my lemon water happens, my breakfast happens, and then the rest of the day happens. There's just a couple of steps I have to take additionally on the days that I'm up super early.
Yeah, yeah, I sympathize with you on those days. I am up at 4:40 on the nursing days. So I
Yeah.
get that. So up at 4:40 and out the door by 5:30. So I get that. So, but we still
Yeah.
have to take care of ourselves during those days, and getting enough
One,
protein and water and all that
yeah.
other shit is so important. So,
100%. A morning routine, like, it's funny. I don't consider myself as someone with like an AM or a PM routine. Also don't consider myself, I don't identify as someone who meal preps. That's such bullshit. Oh, dang it, I did it again. Um, I definitely, and again, I will say, like, I learned this concept, capsule kitchen, from this wonderful woman who owns a beautiful retreat space in Pennsylvania. But she basically describes it as like you make elements of something and you put them in the refrigerator, so when it comes time to compose your meal, you don't have to be rewriting the script every time. So my refrigerator is very like capsule-y, and it starts that way at the beginning of the week with like making sure the like pain in the arse elements of my meal are taken care of already. The veggies are roasted, the starch has been cooked and cooled, and then I'm just going to reheat it because when you cool a starch, it has less of an impact on your blood sugar. So that's going to happen at the beginning of the week for dual purpose. Now that stuff is done and my body's going to handle it better.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Win-win. There's
Yep.
protein that's usually cooked. The only thing I try not to do is season any of it too much because that's where I get to like exercise my preference for that particular day where I'm like, oh, I'd like it to be spicy. Oh, I'd like it to be, you
Yeah.
know, salty. I'd like it to be whatever.
Hmm.
So that's kind of how my whole like days get scheduled without being insane, without me feeling like I don't have the opportunity. Who has the opportunity to stand there and cook a three-course meal for lunch? Like, I don't know who those people
Nobody.
are. I'm super jealous. I don't know who they are, but if you're out there, like,
Come cook for me.
but like that's not where I'm at. So my eggs get made in a huge like, sometimes it's round, sometimes it's square. It gets cut. Those portions are ready for the week. My lunch, 90% of it is done for the week. Like there's still I get to still add some attitude in it because some days I feel a different way about my food.
Right.
But for the most part, these things are laid out because
Right.
I can't mess with my nutrition at this point. It's just not an option. So I have to make it easier.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And what you said about the potatoes or the starch is absolutely so true. That glycemic index part, it's just like huge. And, just for the women, like the perimenopause, menopause women, like sugar and your glycemic index and all that stuff is so, so important. So eating, I'm not sure if you're picky about it, but I am very picky about the way I eat. Like I have to have my protein first, my protein fat, my complex carbs, while my fiber is mixed in with there. So like I have to have it in a right way just because I am very prone to having insulin issues. So
That's
uh,
so funny you say it that way. So I go veggies, then protein.
yeah.
So
So Glucose Goddess, or the Glucose Revolution, like that's
yeah,
have you
yeah.
read that book?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. She's awesome and that's the way she does it too. But so I'm always of the thought process that I want my body to be put to work breaking down that protein because you're actually like burning the calories, breaking the protein down. So, but I don't think it's wrong. I think
No.
it's whatever makes you feel
I think as long as it's not carb first, you're probably
right.
okay. But the reason why it always makes me laugh is because I'll never forget having a conversation with a client about it. And I was like, guys, remember, like, eat around your plate, like, get those veggies first. They actually create like a gut lining barrier so that other things can't slip through. Like, get those nutrients in first, blah, blah, blah. And I'll never forget getting this text message. It was like, I ordered a stir fry. What do I do? It's
Shit.
like, just eat your freaking dinner. Like, but I'm so like, I get it because it's like, crud, I'm trying to learn this thing. I'm trying to eat these
Yeah.
veggies first. And like, here she is thinking she's got to like hunt and peck through the stir fry and find all the veggies. I'm like, dude, you're good. Like, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Way to be dedicated though. I love that for her.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's so sweet. I'm like, you're going to be okay. But like, just keeping a couple
Yeah.
little tidbits in mind and
Yeah.
applying them. Like, guys, there's so much information. Nikki, we could sit here all day and like
I know.
vomit little
Yeah.
tomes of like knowledge and whatever, but like
Yeah.
there's going to be things that resonate with everybody. Hopefully, we've said something today that resonated with someone who's listening, and that's amazing.
Hmm.
But there's gonna be little pieces. There's not, another thing I tell clients all the time is like, I am not trying to like build you a habit hoagie that you have to like snake jaw and eat the whole thing at one time. Otherwise, everything is still shit. That's
Right.
not, it's not possible. Like, that's just unrealistic. So
Yeah.
just take one little nugget and be like, hey, I'm gonna add these things to my water in the morning. Or, hey, if I am drinking, I am going to try that apple cider vinegar thing, or I'm just going to get up and move more while I'm drinking as opposed to sitting there for 2 hours and only getting up when you're about to have a bladder buster. Like, just get up and move when you're drinking alcohol. Your body is going to then start to process some of that.
Right.
So, just little itty bitty things that if you hear it and you're like, oh, that
Yeah.
feels like something I could apply. Cool. Apply one thing. One
Yeah.
thing. See how you feel. Frankly, you don't want to apply all the things at one time anyway, because then you'll never know what works.
Right. Well, that and you'll burn yourself out and then you won't think any of it does. So, yeah,
Yeah.
no, totally. I like to think of them like rituals. Like, I just really like they're just you do them so often that they just like become a part of your day. So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. 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 All right. So if you have any hot takes, I think you just pretty much said them. Just do one thing. Any truth bombs you want to leave us with? Because I had that little note because you're always good for a good truth bomb. I'm
Oh, now
gonna
I
put
feel
you on the
pressure.
spot for that one. Yeah,
I'll have to
no.
see if I come up with something at the end.
I don't know. You've had some pretty good ones. Maybe I'll let you off the hook for this one and I'll put you on for the next time.
There you go. No, I mean, this is awesome. Like, just like I said, hopefully somebody got something out of that. More importantly, if you didn't, but you're like, dang, I wish you would have talked about X,
Yeah.
send that, like, comment that, share that, because we'll talk about all the things. I mean, if I really hope there's no transcripts of the conversations that we have had in the past, because
Right?
we touch on all the things, and I'm willing to say whatever needs to be said if I think someone's going to benefit from it.
Yeah.
So there's no silly questions. There's no, oh, of course everybody knows this. I mean,
No.
women are stuck here in this state where we finally stopped whispering
Right?
menopause behind a curtain of like shame. We're
Yeah.
finally stepping out into it. And I just had a conversation with someone who was like, man, she's going through IVF right now. And she said, like, I just had a crash course in how my own ovaries work, and I'm 33 years old. Like,
Yeah.
why? There's no shame in not understanding some of this. There's still plenty of it that I'm learning as I go.
Yeah.
But just because, they put the parts and the engine in the vehicle doesn't mean everybody explained to us where all the things go and how they work and what they need to sustain us.
Yeah.
So ask the questions because there's no shame in that game, I guess, is what
No,
I'm
no,
trying to say.
absolutely, absolutely. And between the two of us, we have a shit ton of knowledge. So, and if we don't know, we know people who can help us and get some answers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm already thinking of all the clients. I'm gonna be like, so call my friend Nikki. She's gonna do your hair mineral test.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Between the two of us, we got a lot going on here, girly.
Yeah, we do. And I love it. I mean, I'm so proud of you for finding the right way to pair your like deep wealth of nursing knowledge that you have, but then also finding a way to put that into, first of all, fixing things that were going on with you, because I know how bad you were struggling and I know that you were just feeling like just defeated by a lot of it. And I think a lot of women feel that way. So I'm super proud of you for finding a way to
Thanks,
put it
girl.
all together.
Thanks. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you for being here. Oh my God, this was so much fun. I finally
It
got to see
was
you
fun.
and we get to bust out laughing and I love every second of it.
And
So
you handled the tech part.
I did.
You did it.
Oh my God. And as long as it like once I end, if I don't accidentally delete it, we'll be
It's okay. We'll be funny again tomorrow. I'm good.
yeah. Yeah. So thank you again, Amy, so much for being here. I totally
Thank
loved every
you
second.
for getting us together.
Yes, and then we will do it again. We'll have to catch up with our schedule to figure out when. And then yeah, so we'll leave these on. I'm gonna try and save them somewhere and we will let you
Okay.
guys know where.
Awesome. Have a
Okay.
great weekend.
Bye, babe. Thank you.
See ya.